The way sustainability was initially defined, it was all about carbon neutrality. Here at Bucknell, energy makes up about 80% of our carbon footprint.
Matter of fact, that Bucknell is able to produce enough energy to actually sell electricity back to the grid, which is a pretty big deal.
A lot of our students feel like not much is going on campus around sustainability, but if you do a survey, there's a ton going on campus around sustainability.
One of the strong initiatives, we were able to compost post-consumer waste, all that dish waste, for a full year. Some things, like going trayless, was a long-term, 4 years in the making kind of program that involved some modification to our dish belt.
There's the community garden, which was started by Bucknell and which is still largely overseen by our Office of Civic Engagement.
The landscape is very different here. We've transformed the grounds into what we call our native plants garden, and we have well over 50 species of different native plants that you wouldn't find elsewhere on the campus.
The Environmental Club a couple of years ago started something called the Green Fund program, which basically just uses club funds and puts it towards green things on campus, such as putting in fluorescent light bulbs.
We can't always transform the entire campus into a green utopia, but we can take small parts of it and test some different types of ideas. Students can make a big impact, especially because this is a residential campus, so students are here all the time. They live here 24/7. The way that students use, say, electricity, water, resources definitely makes a difference on the campus.
So there's a lot of different ways, but it really just comes down to being active and aware about what's going on and be engaged.
Using your own water bottles or your own mugs when you get coffee at places on campus, and just being sustainable on your own.
So turning off the lights, shutting the windows during the middle of winter, setting your thermostats back to a reasonable temperature in the winter and or summer.
And if people speak out for those things that they believe in, I think it evokes change.
They need to understand what systems thinking is and how you as an individual see that the various parts of sustainability are inextricably intertwined.
Why do I think sustainability is important? This is the world we live on. We really need to do whatever we can to, preserve the environment.
Living in, or like going to school in central Pennsylvania, you don't really see that many firsthand effects of climate change and global warming. However, sensitive ecosystems and regions throughout the world are seeing these effects.
I think overall people don't realize what's happening to our planet right now, and that it's basically on a downward spiral and things are changing that's out of our control but is kind of our fault.
Everybody has some kind of debt that they owe to the environment, and that not taking care of it and not being cognizant of how we affect it is just not a good idea.
I think it's important because I think it's everything. I think if we're not thinking about how do we sustain life as we know it, the ways that we live, how do we sustain quality of life and protect dignity for people, if that isn't what we're thinking about, then the opportunity for us to lose what we have and what we as Americans have so carefully fought for is really significant.